All right, so this is my review of SH Figuarts Bruce Lee Legacy Edition, and you can get him from a bunch of different sites. I got him from HobbyLink Japan. Pretty sure he's sold out there now, and I paid total $74 with shipping. And I live on the East Coast, U.S., just so you have an idea of what you might end up paying. He's on Big Bad and other U.S. sites too. I'm not sure if he released yet. Might be still on pre-order status, but around 80-ish bucks, give or take. But yeah, a little bit more expensive domestic. So if you are crazy about him, I know for a fact that as of me filming this, he is in stock on 1999 Hobby Japan, and base price is $60, and then factor in your shipping. So still probably cheaper than the U.S. sites. So if you want him, get him, because I have a feeling he's probably going to go out of stock quickly. Okay, so let's get right into a review. And this is a reissue, but let's just talk about his aesthetics. And let's get a good look at him. So I think they nailed the face. And this is an old figure, and I think the face, they did a phenomenal job. And they really captured his like physique very well. So everything's sculpted very nicely. He has a nice satin finish throughout. Relatively simple figure because, you know, it's really just a human body, obviously, with Bruce Lee's head on it. Not a whole lot to paint. So for that, even with that in mind, it still looks great. So very nice looking figure. Now, let's just get some dimensions on him. So you know how tall he is. He is definitely a little bit small. Like Bruce Lee is not this short, and I wouldn't call Bruce Lee like short because he's really not. He's like 5'7" or something, and this figure is downright kind of tiny. So it's just really like 5¼ inches. So that's too small. Like Bruce Lee is like 5'7". 5'7". I've heard 5'8", something like that. So he's not like some tiny person. Like he's, I think, you know, maybe slightly below average male height. But this is too small. So this is like 5 inches. So that's kind of annoying. Just for that alone, I'd probably drop his aesthetics just to 4.5 because he is too small. Like Bruce Lee is not like bite size like this. But other than that, yeah, he still looks great. Nice looking figure, 4.5 out of 5. Okay, so let's go straight into articulation. Let's just start with his head. Head is on a very nice double ball peg. I'm not sure if the original figure came with that, but yeah, you do get that. The neck does move around also. Arms go up that much. That's about as far as you could get, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah, don't force it more than that. Might break. You do get a nice butterfly joint on him. And we just... You get a nice butterfly joint on him. Goes back very well too. Upper diaphragm goes back that much. And goes forward decently. You get about that much forward movement. Not the greatest, but again, it's an old figure. And you get a lower ball joint also. Not the best movement, but it works for what you might be doing with them. Elbows, double jointed elbows, looks nice. Wrists are a little bit different, not what you'd see on a typical Figuarts. Be careful with those. Those look a little bit scrawny. It's like a straight peg. And they kind of just wiggle in there on like a ball joint, so be careful with those. They are easy to put on, but be very careful. You do not want to snap those. Legs, typical Figuarts stuff. They go out about that much. Looks a little bit, yeah, that's about as far as it can go. And the knees bend about that much. Looks nice too, very clean. You get some articulation on the ankle. Get a nice ankle rocker. Works well. You get a swivel there too. Legs don't go out back at all. because of that kind of butt flap, which is a shame. They go forward that much. Not the greatest, but again, it's an old figure. You'd probably want more on like a martial arts figure like this, and you do get a thigh swivel too. So overall, solid articulation. For such an old figure, I think he's fine. And you could easily get a karate stance out of him just to get him in one right now. Let's just get him in something kind of generic. And it's so easy to just make him look phenomenal. So I think that looks great. Yeah. So I think that looks great. Articulation's great on him. Could be better in some spots, but no real complaints. Now, I will say, mine came with a very loose left leg, and I kind of fixed it with super glue, but before it was really like flippity floppity loose, where it would like really jiggle around just the slightest movement. That was kind of annoying, but little super glue fixed him right up. So with that in mind, with the QC issue and slightly outdated articulation, I'd give him a solid 4-star rating. So I think that's fair. And let's go straight on to accessories. So he's kind of standing on probably the most unique thing that came with this figure in terms of accessories is that stand. And just so you get a closer look at it. So that stand is phenomenal, especially since Bruce Lee is always called the dragon. That looks great. So I think that's an excellent accessory, and it looks really nice too. What else does he come with? He comes with an alternate face. That looks incredible. If you watch Bruce Lee movies, you know he does that a lot. Has that kind of like maniac, psychotic look right before he whoops ass. Okay, if you watched, I forgot the name of the movie. I think it was Enter the Dragon. Yeah, that's an iconic face right there. So if you didn't see the movie, go watch it. That looks so just spot on. That looks great. And what else? Yeah, very nice. Just kind of looking off to the side. That looks great. Again, if you're a Bruce Lee fan, this figure is a must. I know I am. I missed the first release and was kind of bummed out about that. I didn't want to pay scalper prices, but glad they re-released this one. Comes with 2 open hands. Very nice. Just for generic karate poses. Comes with kind of like a gesturing hand. That looks nice too. Comes with a pair of those. And comes with kind of generic karate chop hands. Or just standard martial arts gestures. And this one's really nice. And if you watch Bruce Lee a lot, you know he flicks his nose a lot right before he kind of like toys around with his enemies. So that's really cool. So that's a really nice accessory. And you do get a weapon holding hand. Very nice. And speaking of his weapons, let's take a look at them. So you do get a kind of like bow staff. Just like really a plain black stick, but that's what he used in the movie Fist of Fury, if you watch that one. And you do get like kind of like these weird eskrima sticks. I think that's what they're called. So again, just really plain black cylinders, but that's literally what they are. So no complaints there. And you obviously get the most iconic accessory for Bruce Lee, his nunchucks. And yeah, that's real metal. So that's very impressive. Looks great. So accessories, easy 5 out of 5. I think the accessories are abundant and they look great. So no complaints there. So his accessories get a 5 out of 5. And let's just talk about overall value. So let's get Bruce Lee back up here. And, you know, keep in mind, you're probably going to be paying around 80-ish bucks for him, close to 80, let's say. Possibly a little bit more if you get him from the US. And I'd still give the rating a 4 out of 5. So I was able to get him for around 70 bucks. And, you know, honestly, I'd say I'm going to change my rating a little bit. So let's give him a 4.5 here, because I got him for 75. And if you look hard enough, you could easily get him from a Japanese site. So you could walk away paying 75, and that's a standard price for such a highly sought after reissue. I think that's a really good price for him. So try to get him from Japan. It's not going to be the greatest if you have to go to the US and get him, because he's going to probably run into like the 90s. With that being said, yeah, I think 4.5, he's definitely worth it. And that brings his overall rating to 4.38. And I think that was the same as Shokan, which I just reviewed before this guy. So yeah, real quick review, because it's a really simple figure. Not a whole lot to talk about, but it's a very nice figure. So if you like Bruce Lee, don't hesitate. You'll definitely like this figure. And it's a reissue, so I don't think there's a whole lot of them kind of out there, so get them quick. Yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thanks for watching. Take care.